Good morning, New Orleans. How we doing? Sunday morning. How we feeling? How many of you guys were here all 3 days with us? Almost everybody. Is there anybody, this is your only day here with us? A couple people? Well, thank you for spending your morning here with us. You guys ready to have some fun? I am too. So I know I have my questions. I can't wait for our guest up here. But I know you guys have questions too, which is why we have a live microphone right there. So I do have a couple rules. The first is going to be no requests. No, can you say this line as your character, as this voice. The second is, I know a lot of you are going to immediately get in line when I open that up. Feel free to go ahead and get in line now. We do want to keep your questions to one apiece. So no 2, 4, 8-part questions. We want to get through as many questions as possible. The third, and this is coming from the top, so please abide by this. You must, and it's not my rule, it's coming from the top, you must be 18 to ask a question here in this panel. I know, boo, rules suck, boo, but it is for a reason. And then the fourth rule, it is the most important rule, it is to have fun. You guys ready to have some fun? So with no further ado, please help me welcome out first. You know her as the voice of Rosie. Please help me welcome Leslie Kritzer. You know her
Hi, everybody.
as the voice of Bella. Please help me welcome Lilli Cooper. And last, certainly not least, you know him as the voice of Vox. Please help me welcome 2-time Tony Award winner, Christian Borle.
He may have 2 Tonys, but we both lost a Tony.
That's
so I
right.
think that is also very impressive.
Yes.
Woo!
You know,
You won 2.
Yeah,
Wow.
but I lost 3, so the odds aren't great.
5-time nominee?
Sorry that I folded that in too soon.
Right.
You know, they say, it's just an honor to be nominated, right? But, losing sucks.
I had a great time at the Plaza party.
We
Yeah,
did.
the
We
parties.
had good times.
The parties.
Can I tell you a bit of advice that was given to me about awards when you're nominated? It's very excited. And there's that thing where they put the 5 faces up on the screen, and the winner is, and everybody's there, kind of, and then you see the immediate reaction of someone who doesn't win, which has happened to me many times. Someone said, when they say, and the Tony Award goes to, you turn to the person that you're with and just whisper something sweet to them so that when they announce the name, you're not caught out making a face.
That's brilliant.
And then when you don't win, you can be like, oh, I didn't win. So, advice to all you budding artists.
Now I want to sit
Good
in
night.
the middle of it.
What's that?
I don't like this. I'm sitting right here.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I
It's
want to
better.
be right here with my friends. Here we go. It's also better. It's like too much focus. There. Hi.
Well, welcome to New Orleans. Is this anybody's first time here?
No.
No? Is there anybody who's first time, and is there anybody out in the crowd who's first time here in New Orleans?
How's it going?
Yes.
Fun?
What was your
Thunderstorms?
most fun thing to do besides being here? Amazing. Thank you.
If I had a nickel. The first time I was here was in 1996. That was in the last century. And it was touring with West Side Story, which is a musical written by Leonard Bernstein and Stephen Sondheim, originally directed by Jerome Robbins. I played Riff.
Can we hear a little bit?
Boy, boy, crazy boy. A lot of people don't know that it's boy.
No, it's
Learning something new every time.
Someone did that here in their school. Did anyone do that? Yes, someone waved their playbook. Okay, not a playbook.
So, again, welcome. And I'm going to ask you, did any of you, when first hearing about this project and getting cast and then learning about the convention world, Christian, is only your second?
This is my third convention.
Third convention. Did you expect any of this?
No. I didn't even really, besides Comic-Con in New York and San Diego, one of which I just went for fun in New York between shows one day, I didn't know that we could do these.
Yeah, like I thought I had to be on Star Trek, you know? Yeah, I thought that was the only way that I would ever be at a convention.
Exactly. So I had no idea, and so when a couple of the cast members started going, and I was like, what is this world? And the first one I went to, I think, was in Sacramento, and I was like, wait, we've been kind of doing this in the Broadway world, you know, signing after a show and the, you know, stage door. And I'm like, there is a mass fandom with this show and Hell of a Boss. And it didn't occur to me that it was something that was possible. And now we do them and we love them. They're really fun. And we get to meet you guys from all over the country, from all over the world.
Thank you for being so sweet.
So I want to ask, what, as the three of you two have a long history within the theater Broadway world, what play, musical, what show was it that made you say, that is what I want to do?
That's a good question. Well, when I was 7 years old, my dad was in a show called The Life, which was a show about the mean streets of New York City in the 1980s, which were actually pretty mean streets back in the day. But so I was a 7-year-old backstage at the Barrymore Theater on Broadway, where my dad played a pimp, and I made friends with all the sex workers. And that's when I thought, this is what I want to do.
And also, Lily's dad is like legend, and her brother's also in the business. The whole family is insanely talented, which is amazing. I love them both. Funny story. Well, there's like another show, but to bring it to Con World, Jodie Benson, who you all know, that's here, Little Mermaid, okay, Barbie, amongst other things. In high school, in 1991 or 1992, she was doing a show on Broadway called Crazy for You. And it was one of the first shows, I saw, 42nd Street at 5 years old, blah, 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 who cares? But in high school, when you're like, is this what I want to do? Who am I anyway? You know what I mean? Like, you're like, and you go see a show like this, and it had like some heavy hitters that we all know now, Michelle Pock and all these people. That probably means nothing to you. But Jodie Benson was starring in it. She was so amazing. I'm in high school. I'm like a sophomore, and I'm like, wow, this is like Broadway. And it hit me at that time when I was kind of deciding what I wanted to do after high school, and first doing shows. And I wasn't the star of my high school at all. I didn't get like all the parts except Maggie in Chorus Line. That was my one big claim to fame. But watching Jodie, and now meeting her after all these years, she could not be nicer, not be cooler. And she's such a leader, and she's so generous and kind. And it's just also a reminder that that's how it should be. It should be that way. So I think a lot of times when we're at these cons and we're meeting you, this long-winded answer, we love meeting you, and we really appreciate the fans. And that's how Jodie is here, and still all these years later. And her daughter went to my college and now is auditioning, or is up for, knock on wood, the Spamalot tour, and that was the show, and in the role that I played to be a cover and in the ensemble. But I talked to her on FaceTime yesterday, and it's so full circle. It's like I was in high school watching you, I went to college, your daughter went to the same college I went to, and now we're like, we hope you get this job from the green room. Like, it's so wild and so cool, so.
Keep us updated.
I will. No, she's hopefully gonna find out any day,
That's
so I hope
so
she
sweet.
gets it.
I was 12 years old on a trip to London with my parents, and they took me to see a show called West Side Story, which is a musical by Leonard Bernstein, Stephen Sondheim, originally directed and choreographed by Jerome Robbins.
Give us a little, just give us a little.
And they served iced cream at intermission.
Iced cream.
That's what
Not
they
ice
do.
cream.
No, iced creams
cream.
at intermission. It was the most bizarre experience I've ever had, and I never looked back. And then I auditioned for Oklahoma sophomore year. I was 4'11". My voice hadn't changed yet. So.
Everything's up to date!
And my first kiss was actually in the choir room in front of Mr. Brill. We were rehearsing. I was a sophomore, Ado Annie was a senior, and we got to the point and he was like, "And kiss?" And that was my first kiss.
We have a surprise for you, Christian, Mr. Brill!
Hey!
Dan Brill. He saw it all.
What a moment.
I just picture a teacher like awkwardly standing in the corner of a room, like watching 12-year-olds.
No kiss.
Yes.
Well, no, he knew that at some point we were gonna have to. So he just like tore off the Band-Aid and changed my life.
Leslie, I love that you mentioned Spamalot because I did have the pleasure of seeing you on Broadway in Spamalot. So that was a lot of
Well,
fun.
and someone right next to me also did Spamalot, original company.
20 years ago.
And I saw it from the nosebleeds.
Crazy.
Yeah, so it's very cool.
I want to piggyback on something that you kind of said, meeting Jodie Benson at here in GalaxyCon. But has there been a moment where you, whether it was for in a theater company, a performance that you did, or here at a convention, that you kind of totally fanboyed out a little bit? Maybe you made a little fool of yourself? Oh, looks like Leslie has a story.
Well, I'm gonna maybe today because I'm gonna muster up the courage to introduce myself to Jason Isaacs, who I love from Harry Potter, and he also doesn't think anyone saw the movie Mask, but I did. And I just think he's like one of those, he's just a great actor. And I watched his panel yesterday, I snuck out and sat in the back like a dork. And I just think he's a great guy, so yes, I'm gonna nerd out today.
Yeah, I'm trying to be cool around Charlie Cox because I'm a huge Daredevil fan. So I'm just giving him his space. Otherwise, I'm gonna make a fool out of myself.
Weird Al was at a convention recently. That one was, I couldn't even like get close to him because I was just too nervous. But he was very sweet and kind, and I totally geeked out on him.
Do you know his song from an early album called Got a Boogie?
Oh.
It goes a little something
Right.
like this. Got a boogie, dun 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 dun. Got a boogie, dun 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 dun. Got a boogie, dun 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 dun. Got a boogie on my finger and I can't get it off. Got a boogie. And it just goes on like that for like 3 minutes.
He made millions.
Obviously, one of the most popular trends currently on Broadway, and it's been this way for quite a few years, is bringing pop culture, movies, television shows, things like that to Broadway. SpongeBob SquarePants, of course. Mean Girls, that Erica was in, Back to the Future. Do you guys have a favorite television show, movie, entity when you were younger that you would like to see get that Broadway musical treatment?
Mine was Death Becomes Her, and it is now a Broadway show.
Oh my God.
I thought about it a few years ago. Should have jumped on that bandwagon.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead, because I'm still.
I think it's so crazy because there are certain iconic movies that to me are so perfect that I almost don't want to see them adapted. So there's this kind of, there's a secret to adaptation, which is the best thing to maybe do is to find a flawed movie that people love, but it's not like a perfect movie that you can then maybe improve upon it. So there are certain things like, I don't know that I need to see a Goonies musical because the movie to me is perfect, the casting is perfect, the moments are perfect, and then you have a song of like, One-Eyed Willie, I finally met ya. Don't touch the scales, it's gonna get you. Wait a minute.
Chunk, do it, do it, do it, do it, Chunk. You know the scene I'm talking about.
Yes, of course.
Are you going to be the composers of the Goonies musical?
We didn't want to say it here.
But I also want to play sloth. Baby Ruth.
We're gonna kill each other over a piece of pizza. How many times have I seen this movie? So many times.
It is kind of writing itself.
It's right.
You're changing your own mind.
In 2 years, when you see this premiere at opening night, you're gonna be like, I was there when it was workshopped.
Has anyone heard of the movie Big Business?
Yes.
Now, I haven't seen it in so long, but I think with the lack of female-driven musicals, it was Lilli, Tomlin, and Bette Midler. Am I right?
Okay.
I should rewatch it. And I don't think it's a perfect movie at all, but I think it could be very funny and possibly turn into.
Can we star in it?
Correct. Well, I'm sitting right next to you, and I came up with the idea after you said.
Any producers in the audience?
Anyone? A 15-year-old sitting in the back. Correct. Your father is a gajillionaire. My Venmo is.
Now, Leslie, you have a great quick change story with
Yes. Beetlejuice.
Christian, Lilli, do you guys also have quick change stories that are crazy quick change stories that you've had to do?
Sure, yeah. I was in a show called Tootsie, and the actor who played Dorothy Michaels, where he was an actor who pretended to be someone else and blah, blah, blah. So we had this crazy quick change where we had to get into this red dress, and it's so fast that they kind of rip one of his costumes off. And as they ripped it, they ripped his microphone that was around his ear and ripped his, this is just FYI, a little bit disgusting. Ripped his ear a little, and he started gushing blood on stage. And they didn't have time to do, and the show must go on, so they didn't have time to do anything about it, so he walked out on stage saying the Act 1 finale, gushing blood. And then they just patched him up for Act 2, and then he went immediately to the hospital after the show.
Oh my God.
That was a
Who was
dark
that?
story, sorry to
Who was
say
that?
that.
Miss
He
Santina.
truly is unstoppable.
Wait, what's the other song that I was just thinking? Oh God, so many.
We can wait, we can
Okay.
wait. We only have 20 or 20, 18.
I don't
17.
remember now. Damn it. 48 years old. Just,
Save it for the
that
Goonies.
means nothing to you guys. You're like, that's an ancient person.
What a musical panel this has turned out to be.
You guys don't mind,
I love
right?
it. Okay, wait. Can I just say how many people have come up? And did you guys get this? That people have come up to you at the table and gone, Hazbin Hotel has made me want to sing.
Yes.
And isn't that great?
It's amazing.
It's like, well, you know, because musical theater people were such a niche, like, you know, niche, is it niche? And, you know, we don't think, oh, you know, people love us, like musicals, the people that love musicals. But then this has opened up a whole new world and people are like, wait, we can be cool and sing?
Yeah,
Wow.
that makes it even cooler.
Yeah.
Can I tell you, that kind of made me think of my one Stephen Sondheim story. Can I tell it here very briefly?
Wow.
Stephen Sondheim is one of the creators of a musical called West Side Story. And he is one of my idols, and I had the opportunity to meet him once in a green room at a show. And I had finished recently doing a production of the amazing musical Sweeney Todd, and I was playing Borle, and Borle sings in the rafters, and I don't have those notes, so I was kind of fudging my way through it. And when I was rehearsing the show, I could always sing it in the shower. But as soon as I got up in front of people or was performing the show, I didn't have the notes, and it was very frustrating for me. And I was telling Mr. Sondheim, I was like, I can sing it in the shower, but whenever I get up in front of people, I just don't have the notes. And Stephen Sondheim said to me, have you ever considered showering in front of people?
Wow.
So now, all I do is shower.
Chris Fitzgerald told me a very funny
The thing lowers.
The thing lowers for you to do.
Flashdance style. Chris Fitzgerald said what?
I'm going to tell you the story later.
Okay. Oh, later?
Later.
Okay.
Sorry.
So Leslie, you obviously have, you know, every single night during Beetlejuice, you're quick change, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't miss it.
You don't?
No, I don't miss it. I mean, does anyone know who are there any Beetlejuice fans out here? So for those of you that don't know, there was this quick change where I had to go from Delia to Miss Argentina and I had to paint my face green. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can Google it and it's on Playbill. We did, because every night there was like 6 people that helped me do this change. I was like, we should do a GoPro and show people what is happening back here. And so we did, and it was really cool. The reason why I don't miss it is my skin really, really likes me a lot better now that I don't have to do that. Even though in the pandemic, for like 6 months after, there was still green coming out of my ears. So I don't know, my brain could have been affected as well, obviously. So anyway, but the team of people that we called them our road crew, we were gonna get t-shirts and then we closed. Really, it takes a village to do what we do and to all these changes. We couldn't do it without all these people. And we created that quick change. All of these dressers and hair and makeup people, we figured out how to do it together. No one did that for us. We all were like, okay, so I'm gonna hand you this, you're gonna hand me that, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna lift my arm here, and that's amazing. I miss that part, the camaraderie. I don't miss the change itself, but I miss the people, and that's, you know, when people say, what's the best part about doing a Broadway show? It's the people that you get to do it.
And how long did that take? How many seconds was that? Was it under a minute?
I feel like it was, well, there was the before, there was 3 parts of it. Like the first part where I like do a little green, put goggles, like run off, I'm underdressed. I don't remember, I think it was maybe a minute 30. Getting out of it, going back into Delia, taking all the green makeup off and resetting, that was longer. We had like 10 minutes.
So you're saying no Elphaba for you?
I am one of the only short, dark-haired people in New York that have never played Elphaba, and I'm totally fine with it.
They all have green makeup in their ears.
They all have green
Anytime you
makeup.
bump
We've
into
both
them.
been painted green on Broadway in different roles.
In different roles. Exactly. And I've never played Elphaba, and that's totally, everyone's like, aren't you sad?
Yeah, no, it's
Absolutely
okay.
not.
Trust me. It's
No.
I went into Mary Poppins years ago, and there was a friend of mine who was in the ensemble of that show. And I was like, do you love being in the show? And she said, I wash my face 8 times a show. And I said, but do you love being in the show? And she said, I wash my face 8 times a show.
Hello, you've been very patient sitting there waiting for your question. What is your name?
Two sibilants. Microphone? Do we have a microphone? There.
Oh, there it is.
There we go.
I have a projecting voice if this thing didn't work, so it would have worked out then.
What
Anyway,
was your name again?
Tom.
Tom.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of you yesterday, and it's good to see you again today. Now, as for my question, it's mostly for Christian and Lilli. That however Leslie can chime in if she'd like.
Thank you so much.
I saw a thing recently that Vivian said that she would be open to the idea of a spin-off surrounding the V's. And so my question is,
Wait, she did say that?
yeah.
she kind of did like a little winking emoji when someone questioned about it or something I saw. I don't.
Okay, cool.
I don't know what your question is, but
Money, money,
Okay.
money. Money in the
Our
rich
eyes
man's
was
world.
$200 sign.
Your time will come.
How did I know that was gonna happen?
So yes, go
Because
on,
you've been
sorry.
singing the entire battle. Anyway, so my question is, be it like characters from the Hellverse that you would want to see cross over to something like that, or general themes you want to see, what would be something you would most like to have happen in a hypothetical V's spinoff?
The live action episode.
Yes. Yes.
Because, as we see, it works in person. You look so great. No, remember, there was a moment where in The Simpsons, I think it was a Treehouse of Horrors episode, where Homer got pushed into the real world and was walking around. I would like to see that happen
Oh,
to the
wait, I haven't
V's.
seen that episode.
It's really special. It's very
yeah, that
cool.
would be fun. Because I do feel we are very well fitted to our characters. Not that we're like similar to them personality-wise, but I feel like we're very physically well fitted to our characters. You have a TV for a head.
Exactly.
And I have great hair, you know?
And I'm thin as a rail.
But yeah,
That's a
no,
great
it's
question.
a great question. It
It's a,
would be
no,
awesome.
I can't stress this enough. It's a great question.
Trust
Is your friend
us.
on the phone feeding you questions?
No, it's a blank phone.
That's
Merci beaucoup and domo arigato.
Oh.
Thank you so much.
Thank
for
you
this
so
question.
much.
Can't wait to see your moves later.
Love the shirt.
Hello. Hey, what's your name?
Hi everyone, my name's Tolu.
It's a Lou.
Hi.
First of all, Christian, I left you and Legally Blonde.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
My question is for all of you. How would you compare Broadway acting to voice acting, and was it a weird transition at all?
Well, you said something interesting before we stepped on stage, which was,
Voice acting is acting.
there you go.
Good night. No, this falling into Hazbin Hotel has been such a gift because with musicals are often it's a years-long process of development and hard work and sweat and tears, and you're in the rehearsal room for 10 hours a day, and then you're in previews, and it's just you pour so much of your heart and soul into it for so long, and then it's either a great big hit or a great big flop, and I've experienced both. But with this, you go in and you have an afternoon talking to the sweet creators of Hazbin, and most of the time they're on like Zoom, and you're alone in a booth, and you just knock out an episode in a couple hours, and then you let it go because you're not memorizing it, you're not living with it for years at a time. And so we get the experience then of watching, and we don't get to meet each other. I didn't meet half the cast, maybe 3/4 of the cast until I started doing cons. So then the nice thing is I feel incredibly proud of Hazbin. And I watched it before my first con to kind of prepare myself for the intricate questions that I'm sure I was going to get. And in watching it, I was just so proud of it. So it's a very different process, but the highs are very high. I was rambling. I've had a lot of coffee.
I think exactly. It's voice acting is acting. I think voice acting is acting. Voice acting is acting.
You're doing it right now.
Wow, the sound of my own voice. I'm doing it right now. The one thing like Christian said, just to piggyback, it's like we are acting by ourselves. That's the difference. We don't have the benefit of having, like when I do scenes with Amir or Erica, we're not in the booth together. So it does require, which is why Richard, why am I pronouncing his last name? Horvitz, is so great when do you guys know who he is? You know who he is, okay? When he is also on Zoom sometimes, we're doing these scenes, he kind of helps direct a little bit to amp up, because you don't have a scene partner. He's like, okay, so just think about like this, and then add like
And
like,
he does impersonations of everybody else.
and I love it. I love it. And so that part is definitely a different process. But I agree. Like when I go back and watch the show, I was like, wow, we did that. And what we're not in charge of sometimes, and disagree with me or chime in, we are sort of making things up on the fly when we're rehearsing shows or musicals. All that's done. I mean, we can ad-lib a little, but all that work is done for us for the most part. So we're just getting in there with the lines that have been written and making the most out of what we've had, making the most meaning, bringing it to life. But all of their creativity, all of their work that's been done. And a lot of times when we're doing these new musicals, we're sort of writing it as well, a little bit within reason. So it's been nice to just sit back and trust and just do what I do and not have to worry, like, is that line funny tonight? Let me try something different tomorrow.
And to roll out of bed, not put a lick of makeup on, show up in a recording booth and just say some lines. It's the gift that keeps on giving.
It is amazing.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much for your question.
Thank you. Hello. You look amazing, by the way. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Ashlyn. Hi, Ashlyn. So my question is, when you got your script, saw what your character looked like, was there any point you were like, what am I doing? Why does it look like that? Why am I reading this? Like any kind of weird question, like, what is this thing? It's kind of weird.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, a lot of it is Richard, our director, kind of filling us in on what happens between the gaps, because we actually only get the scripts that we're in. So I don't know what happens for the whole season, for the whole next season. I didn't know what was going to happen for the whole first season. So a lot of times when we come in, we have our own script, but a lot of stuff has happened before, a lot of stuff will happen after, so we don't really know the context. So we have to be kind of filled in on what happens surrounding what our own performances are. So we're kind of in the dark as well. And I mean, we're in the dark in a lot of ways. Like, for example, I didn't even know that I had a duet with Daphne Rubin Vega until the show came out. Like, I knew that Daphne was in the show. I had no idea she sang the song with me, because I just recorded my half of the song, and then she recorded her half of the song, and they edited it together, and that's what it was. So it's kind of cool for it to be a mystery to us too, in a way.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's crazy too, like that we recorded season 1
2021.
2021.
Yeah.
I'm in 1.5 episodes. So to be here talking about it, I mean, season 2 hasn't even come out yet. It's coming out, oh, kidding. But so 1.5 episodes, and it happened 4 years ago, and then all of a sudden, I was like, Hazbin Hotel is what? And then to come to discover that people have responded to it the way that you have, that you would be dressed as Vox, and that you would be dressed as Vox. It is still to this day boggling my mind. I'm so grateful to you all for having such passion about it, because it's the gift that keeps on giving to us. And we made a joke about the money of it all. It's not like we get paid millions for this thing. It's, you know, we get, but no, really, it's just, you have made it so fun, and you have kept it alive. Just finished recording season 3 last week.
Yeah.
Season 4 starts recording next month. And it's because of you. And so thank you so much for your passion and your dedication to it. It's really been so special for us.
And it's really hard because I almost just gave a spoiler. Inside I was like, well, when I was like, you can't talk about that. But it's exciting because, you know, as we're recording, you know, we finished season 3, and like there's things obviously we know. And when you find out and you get in the booth, you're like, oh my God, you have to be careful because you're so excited. We know you're excited, but I have to keep my mouth shut.
Yeah.
And you all are tricky. You're like, I know you can't say, but is Alistair and Rosie? I'm like, I don't know. Anyway.
People would enjoy that answer. I don't know. So we have a little bit less than 10 minutes. We're gonna try to get through everybody. Hello. What is your name?
Hi, my name's Lizzie, and
Lizzie.
I was wondering, like, if you could be any other character, who would you be, like, in the show? Like, anybody. You have to.
I'll be like a cute little egg boy.
Yeah.
I just love him so much.
It's so funny. Hey, boy. You just shut
I like Adam. I think Adam's fun. I mean, yeah, Adam.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hi, what's your name?
Hi, my name is Hope.
I hope.
Hi, Hope.
My question is, I know most of you, I know all of you do like musical theater and everything. If there was a song from a show you've done that you sang and you rocked it, and it's like in your head, it's in your heart, it's in your soul, what, like one of your characters, could you imagine them singing it?
Could a different character that you played sing a song that you've sung from as a different character?
Right.
Yeah,
Could Velvet sing, you know, something from a...
A show you've done, right?
Yes.
Well, definitely Don't Run Out in a Parade. Definitely. I think that's what I sang for my audition.
Really?
For Rosie, yeah. Because when we auditioned, we got the animated. They showed us what we look like in the show, what we would look like, and I was like, well, and the kind of the type, and I was like, oh yeah, well, this is what I'm gonna sing. So yeah, yeah.
I think it's just the gas from Little Shop of Horrors. Seems like
I forgot you did that show too. Oh my God.
Velvet would sing Chop to the Top from SpongeBob, and it would be about chopping angels' heads off.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Great question.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Joey. So my question is specifically for Christian.
I'm ready.
As a fellow theater kid, after I saw Hazbin Hotel, it was my personal goal to get your part in State Gone done. And I was just wondering, and I know you're a professional, so it's like whatever, but like how long did that take you to like get that part down, like that speaking?
Well, here's the crazy thing again about like being in a booth. You can do it like measure by measure. So all that patter stuff that like you wouldn't normally be able to like even breathe or catch a breath if you were doing it live, you can do just like 5 words at a time and just spit it out. And then they're like, okay, great, and then let's go to the next measure. And so it's almost cheating, you know what I mean?
No, it does feel like cheating since I can do it now.
Can we hear a little bit of it, please?
Okay, on the spot.
Yeah.
I'm nervous enough talking to you and you expect me to just...
Listen, when I was 15 years old, I leapt up onto a stage to audition for Will Parker, and here we are now. So let the nerves serve you. I'm getting that on a t-shirt.
Oh my god. Well, now it's like I've never heard the song in my life, so So now, oh my god.
Okay, I don't mean to
Go
put you on the
prepare-
spot.
go prepare
but
and
you
come
know
back
where we
with the
are,
next
right? I want to hear it later.
Yeah, come up to
So
the
come and
booth
say
later.
hi.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for the question.
Hello.
Hello, what's your name?
My name's Errol.
Hi, Aaron.
Hi. I'm a current BFA student in college, so I'm always curious the answer to this question. But how do you think your BFA training helped you for things like voice acting, and is that training something you still use like in your career, or have you like mostly forgotten a lot of it, or only parts of it?
I didn't get a BFA. Did you guys?
Oh, I have a BFA.
I have a bit.
It's so awesome.
Congratulations.
You didn't need it.
You know what I'm thinking? I have a BA.
It's better without the F. My honest answer is, I think the going through a BFA program, the most important part of it was that you don't leave knowing everything. It prepares you to learn in the real world. It prepares you who to emulate, who to pay attention to. So like I knew enough coming out of my BFA program to pay attention to David Hyde Pierce in Spamalot because he was always gracious, he was always punctual, he was always prepared, he knew everybody's name, not just the cast, every single person in the building. And so that to me is what a BFA is about. It is just about launching you into the world with a set of skills that are about learning more. That was maybe the best fucking answer to any question.
So the person who was recording that piece said it.
Leslie,
To get that on a t-shirt, whatever
your
you said
turn.
at first. Wait, what did you say?
Let the nurse serve you.
www.christianworld.com and .net and .org. You know, I will say the first thing that came to my mind with a BFA, I needed structure coming out of high school. So I felt like 4 years where I was immersed now, where I needed to be, was very helpful for me. To take myself seriously is like, this is what I want to do. When all my other friends were like going to Cornell for like, you know, real people things. But like, truly, I was like, not the smart one. But I am now. But just to piggyback off what he said, because I know we have 4 minutes. Definitely work ethic, how to treat people, how to be a professional, and how to be prepared. That's something that I think I learned and I felt ahead of the game coming out of school. I know what I can sing. I didn't know all of what I could do, but I knew what I did well. And that's kind of like I knew what I could sell myself as without sounding gross, you know? I'm funny, I'm a character actress. That's what I do. And I know what to sing, and I know I'm in the pocket. And just coming out confident in that. Not knowing everything, but also knowing how to, like, you treat the wig people like this, you treat the makeup people, you don't, you respect everyone in the process. We were taught that at school. So that's, yeah. Hope that helps.
Thank you. All right, a couple minutes remaining. Hello, what's your name?
Hi, my name is Lil. I have a question kind of on the Broadway side. If, say, you haven't played your dream role, what would your dream role be currently?
I gotta say, I think my dream role kind of doesn't exist because I've stepped into shows before that existed, and it's wonderful, it's so fun. But the blueprint has been laid, and what I adore about creating theater is starting from the beginning. And so I think like creating a role from the ground up is gonna always be my dream role.
Yeah. I think, I used to hang my hat on one. Okay, I won't say what it was. And that one didn't happen, and it took me a long time to get over it. I was like, this is it, and that didn't happen. And now all these shows that have come my way, whether it be Beetlejuice or Legally Blonde or whatever, they've been my dream roles because they're exactly where I need to be at the time that I played them, and I've learned something about myself every single time. Everything has come at the right time for me. And the things that have passed me by were supposed to. But like Lilli says, if you're lucky enough to create something from the ground up and you feel it's yours, I mean, that's the best. That's the best.
And it's such a good point that you say about like you know, kind of hanging your hat on something so specific. Like, I would probably say for a long time, like, Sarah in Ragtime was my dream role, you know? But, like, it passed me by so many times, and it stung when that happened. But I've gotten to a point where I'm like, so many people have played that part. Like, what would make me playing that part any more special than the other wonderful people who have played it? So I've kind of let go of that being my dream role. So it would be fun to, you know, play Mrs. Lovett and Sweetie Todd, but I'm no longer choosing that as like, that's my dream role. You know what I mean?
Before today, I would have said any number of things, but now it's Sloth in the Goonies music.
That's what we call a callback.
Thank you so much. We have like 30 seconds
Yes,
left.
we're gonna figure it out.
Hi, I'm Allie. What's your go-to karaoke song?
Oh.
Lately, if I do karaoke, which is never, but this is what I thought, I want to know what love is. That's great. Love that.
I want to dance with somebody.
That's a song. You never get me.
No, listen. I had a hard enough time getting here today. I'm so antisocial, so karaoke is not my bag. But if I were to sing karaoke, I think it would probably be something by ABBA,
Yes.
the Swedish supergroup, creators of the musical Mamma Mia, originally
Directed by-
directed by.
Oh, time's up. Sorry.
Oh,
I can't tell you.
Thank you guys for hanging
Thank
out
you
with
so
us.
much.
Thank you all for hanging out with us live.
Thank you.
One last question before we go. I'd like to take a gigantic group selfie with all our folks here.
That's not a question, that's an absolute yes.